It's that time of the year where we have gaming events coming out from everywhere. Summer Game Fest. Sony also announcing its group's corporate strategy meeting for 2024 happening on the 22nd and 23rd of May, with Kenshiro Yoshida and Hiroki Totoki taking the role of speakers on this strategy meeting. Obviously, we'll see some interesting stuff come from this, but as Sony as a group, not just PlayStation. I'm sure we might get some mentions of PlayStation here, but this isn't the showcase. That we're still waiting for, although it's said to be coming this month. It's still yet to be seen as we haven't got an official announcement. Now, before we dive into all of this information with Summer Game Fest and the Sony conference that's coming up, could you guys do me a huge favor? Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and share the video to keep this community growing. Now, let's talk about Summer Game Fest, as 55 partners were actually announced yesterday at some time, and I'm sure we'll get around to as well. But round one has some interesting publishers and companies named, as we have Xbox, PlayStation, Ubisoft, EA, Sega, Epic, Bandai Namco, Capcom, 2K, and Warner Brother Games. There's a lot of other listed companies here. Like I said, 55 in total at the moment, and there will be more later. But I would like to touch on the fact that PlayStation is listed here, and with this being listed as I think every single time they are listed, and the rumor of a showcase this month, it makes me wonder, how does this all fit in together if the showcase is real? But being that we cannot go based on a rumor at the moment, we can look at this as how could PlayStation show up here. Obviously, we do have the notice of Xbox here as well, but they have their own showcase happening early in June. So I imagine that all their big announcements will be there. Some other stuff will probably show up at Summer Game Fest, and a lot of Game Pass advertisements, as always, are expected to be there as well. But as far as PlayStation's involvement goes, we have quite a few rumors floating around. Obviously, the Lego Horizon game is being talked about. Tom Henderson, a very, very reliable and great track record leaker for everything PlayStation and other games as well, has talked about knowing of some sort of Lego and Horizon announcement. So some people have speculated, and there is reasonable speculation to be had about there being a game announced here for Lego Horizon. And so I'm thinking that if that's going to be done, that could be a situation where we see that at Summer Game Fest. Also, this entire Horizon remaster remake situation, I could see that being there as well. I don't see any major announcements that are PlayStation centric showing up here that otherwise would be at a showcase. Assuming there is no showcase, I would say this is probably where you're going to see Concord, since Concord is supposed to come this year and we have not seen anything else about it. Assuming there is no showcase until later in this year, I would say that Death Stranding would probably show up here amongst the other games that I just stated, with Horizon being one of them. Ghost of Tsushima 2, obviously another game that a lot of people have talked about, and its possibility of being revealed this year is due to hopefully come in 2025, although we don't have any legitimate information on that, but more so speculation based on the development time that it's taking, and that Sucker Punch has actually been quiet for quite some time following Ghost of Tsushima Iki Island DLC expansion. So it's just a matter of, are they ready to show this stuff? We know that after March 2025 is when we'll start seeing more PlayStation first-party games coming through the pipeline as far as big franchises and stuff like that goes. So my hope is that we'll see something in terms of announcements this year, but it's all in the air. Basically, if we get a showcase this year, then Summer Game Fest will probably not have that many announcements as far as PlayStation goes, or any new announcements. But if we don't get a PlayStation showcase this year, they could leverage Summer Game Fest and just show off a few of their titles for 2024 then. But it's all a matter of what the plan is for Sony as far as the showcase goes. And that's kind of where this Sony group meeting comes into play as well. Important to note that these strategy meetings are not typically a situation where you're going to see game announcements or any type of major PlayStation stuff here, being that this is not a show. This is a strategy meeting. It's more for investors and just an idea of where Sony is going in terms of the entire company. This is not related to PlayStation itself. So when you look at this post from Twitter that says beyond the boundaries, it shouldn't be taken in the context of PlayStation is going to do something out of the ordinary, or in the case that I see in these comments and other creators thinking this means that PlayStation is going to really do the same thing as Xbox, which is just, it's so silly to come with that conclusion, given this is a strategy meeting, given this is about the entirety of Sony, not the PlayStation division. So it's very strange to look at this and say, oh, this relates to PlayStation, their exclusives going everywhere, or day-and-date PC, or whatever the thought process is there. It just doesn't add up for me personally, because I have a logical mind and I look at things within reality and not trying to pander to whatever situation I'm trying to create. So for me personally, when I see this Sony group meeting, I think it'll be interesting as far as strategies goes for Sony, but I wouldn't look at this as a major place for us to get more PlayStation announcements. So still, a showcase is up in the air if that'll be the case, but with the way things are going, I don't know if we get a showcase announcement this month, although Jeff Grubb, who has been accurate many times, says this month, May, it could be happening anytime soon. And it's technically not out of line for, or out of the realm of possibility for it to happen this month still, even though they have an entire thing happening 22nd and 23rd, because they could do a showcase on the 24th, 25th. It doesn't matter. It's a showcase. It goes up live. It's pre-recorded. It doesn't matter. It could be posted at any time, any place. They don't have to specifically do it on a certain day, because they don't need to get people together. It's not a conference. It's a pre-recorded show to tell you what's happening in the world of PlayStation. So that's where we sit now. Basically, Summer Game Fest will be interesting. I don't know if it'll be a massive show or if it'll have amazing, great titles for us to take a look at. I hope it's interesting as far as third-party releases go. I don't think any first-party major releases will be here. Maybe in a best-case scenario, like I said, the Horizon Lego game, the Horizon remaster, remake, whatever it's going to be, Concord being seen. But I think that's the extent of what we could see from PlayStation at Summer Game Fest. And the Sony group thing, I wouldn't get too excited about that, unless you're interested in the entire business of Sony and there are many products you have interest in. But I'll let you guys know as soon as there is an announcement for a showcase. Like, I will upload it the moment I know of it, so make sure you subscribe to keep up to date with everything. As always, let me know in the comments what you guys think of all this information. What do you think is going to happen at Summer Game Fest and this Sony group meeting? As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you did not enjoy the video, hit the dislike button. Subscribe if you're new, and share the video to keep this community growing. I thank you all for watching. Take care.